Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a super easy Cricut video for you, and this is perfect if you are a Cricut beginner. So I wanted to show you how to create your very own personalised decorations, just like these. So these are little bauble decorations that you can put on your Christmas tree, and they are personalised, so the perfect little project for your Cricut because we all love personalisation. And also I'm going to be using the Cricut Joy in this tutorial, as well as my mobile device. I'm using an iPhone. But yeah, if you're a beginner and you want to see how to create your own little personalised bauble decorations, and stay tuned, I'm going to show you in a second everything that you need for this make, as well as listing it and linking it in the description box so you can go and buy and purchase them if you need to. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get straight on into it. For this tutorial we're going to be using the Cricut Joy, but you can create these projects using any of the Cricut machines. We've got these lovely little blank decorations that I got from Hobbycraft, which is a UK craft shop. I just love the fact that these were like a plush velvet decorative blank, and I got 1 star and 2 little hearts to decorate in this video. I then also have a Cricut heatproof mat, a weeding tool. The vinyl that I'm going to be using is an iron-on vinyl, and this is the foil iron-on, I believe, but I will link everything that I mention in the description box below for you guys to go and find for yourself. I've got these 2 lovely pieces of scrap that I had in my scrap drawer, and I love this gold against the navy blue decoration, so I'm going to be using that. I've got a standard grip Joy mat, this green one, some scissors, and then I've got my Cricut Easy Press in the mini size. And then I'm going to be using my phone app for this project. So once you're logged into your Cricut Design Space, just select New Project. And then for this particular project, I just want to create some personalised text for these bauble blanks. So my plan is, because I brought 3, I'm going to do one for me, one for my husband Chris, and then we have a baby on the way. So I thought it'd be really nice to do a baby's first Christmas bauble and the year, so 2021, as like a little memory, and then the other one will say mummy and daddy on them, so it will just be like a cute little set of decorations. So once your Cricut Design Space app is open, we're just going to insert some text. So at the bottom here is text. If you're a complete beginner to Cricut Design Space and Cricut in general and you're watching this, then I'll leave my getting started with the Cricut Joy video below. Help you out just to sort of get yourself going with it and do a couple of simple projects before starting on this video. But so in terms of the text tool, so we've just clicked on text at the bottom, and then when you scroll through you can see lots of lovely different new fonts here, like different font faces. So you just want to go through and find one that you like the look of. So I'm just going to have a little browse and find one that I think would work nicely. So I've chosen this font called Lana Jane, or Lana Jane. So it's this font here called Lana Jane. And just an FYI as well, if you're noticing that it says £4.49 on the right side there, that basically means if you don't have Cricut Access, which is a monthly subscription, then you can use that font by paying a one-off fee of £4.49, and then you own that font, you can download it and you have complete access to it every time. However, if you subscribe to the Cricut Access, which I'm not 100% sure on the cost each month, but I will leave all of the info about it below, then you get access to all of the fonts. So fonts, I've just typed in babies, and as you can see the letter spacing is quite wide, so you can change that over here on edit, go on letter space, pop those together, and I do want them to sit together, but as you can see the A reaches the B before the Y is meeting it. So a little tip for this, sometimes this is just a bit of trial and error. So if we just take out the Y apostrophe and the S like that, and just do these ones first. So if we go on to actions, or edit rather, letter space, and let's do it to, I'd say about there is absolutely fine. So I'm happy with that. And then what we can do is go on to layers, duplicate, double tap on the layer, delete out the letters that are there, and then we just want to add the rest of the word, so Y apostrophe S. So same again, we can just change the letter spacing to get it to fit, and sometimes you might have to do this 2 or 3 times with the different letters to sit them where you want them, and you can just select on the letters and move them around as you wish. So I'm just going to do that now and put the letters where I want them, and then I can show you the next step. So there we go, you guys. I did a little close-up for you so you can see the letters. So I've put them where I want them. I'm happy with how they're sitting. So then you just drag your finger over all of the layers, and you just want to click onto Actions and then select Weld. And what this does is it welds all of those letters together, so that now becomes one layer. And when it cuts out your letters, you don't have any like awkward lines and awkward cuts. It just cuts it as one nice piece. So now I can go ahead and do the rest of the words. So we've got babies, and I'm going to do babies first Christmas with 2021 at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead, follow the same process I just showed you, inserting the other words, and yeah. So here we are, you guys. I've got all of my letters and my words inserted, and I've welded those letters together as separate layers. So now what we want to do is just play around with the placement of where we want our letters. Because we're going to cut this out in the same colour vinyl, you just want to create this as one design. So you can just go ahead and place them where you want them. I've even got like the 2021 here, so you can either have that down the bottom, but I thought because there was this like gap here, I could place it here and have a little play around with the words being there. So I have the design how I want it. I'm just going to highlight all of them and press Weld. So now that is all one piece. So I'm going to do the same process for the mummy and daddy. So one thing you want to do once all of your words are ready is when you highlight on or when you select the layer, you can see how big the what the measurements are for it. So if you go on to edit, you'll see that it is 7.47 by 4.52, and that's in inches. So what we need to do is we need to measure our blank project. I'm just going to use a tape measure for this, but you can, to be honest, you can use the cutting mat just for reference as well. So ideally we want to have, on the heart, we want to have it about 2 inches wide and no more than 2 inches high as well. So if we just go on to here and put in 2, that will automatically change the height as well because it's locked. So if we zoom in, you can now see that that is 2 inches wide. So same again, let's do width 2, and then the same again for this one. So it is quite a small project. Just to check as well before cutting, I would say take out your blade out of the joy and just make sure that there's no like debris or dust or anything around that, because that can affect the quality of the cut. Okay, cool. So we can go ahead and click Make It, and it's going to be on a mat. So just to show you, this comes up. So you click on a mat, and there you go. You can kind of see them on that little mat there. Just give them some space. I like to move them around just so they've got some breathing room. So once they're on the mat how you want them, make sure also to click the mat tool at the top and make sure that you've got mirror for iron on in brackets there. Make sure that is selected. So you can come out of there, and that's just mirrored them because of the way that you transfer the iron on onto the base product. You need to flip, or essentially mirror is what it's called, your design. So you do that in that stage there. So we can press continue. Lovely. That's all ready to go. So we can just set up our mat now. For iron on vinyl, you want to place it shiny side or casing side down onto the mat. And if I remember rightly, this one is not very good at sticking to the mat, so we're going to actually use a bit of washi tape just to hold that in place. This usually isn't needed, but my mat's got a little bit less sticky, and this shiny stuff just doesn't like to stick very well, so make sure it's nicely stuck down because you don't want it to get stuck in the machine. select on all materials, and then if you go down to iron on, you can see the selection of iron-ons that we have here. So it is, I think it is the holographic iron-on, yeah. So select that, and then you can pop it in the machine. Nice. Once that's ready to go, you can press go on your device. And that'll start cutting. When the cut is finished, you can click unload. And as you can see, that is a really intricate design to weed. So it's going to take a bit of time, but we've got a weeding tool like this. We'll start off with one of the easier ones. And then you just want to weed out any of the pieces of vinyl that aren't needed. So we can just take those bits out. Once those are ready and prepped, this one took me ages. So I've got some heat-proof transfer paper. Usually I would just iron straight onto this, but I don't want to, if this isn't iron safe, then I just want to protect it. Just going to pop this on top and preheat the base product, and that just helps the iron on vinyl to go on it a bit better. And take your project and place it where you want it. So I'm just going to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Nice. So it just about fits, and what we're going to have to do, that should be fine actually, just use the casing so we can see what we're doing. Just place that on top, and it takes about 30 seconds to iron on. So you just want to kind of hold it in place. Once that's on, it's gone a little bit wobbly just where it was on a kind of like rounded surface. I'm just going to use the heat transfer paper and then just press it again now that the casing's off it. There we go, you guys, that's on. So now we can go and do the other two as well in the same way. So I hope you enjoyed this make and seeing how to create your very own personalised little decorations. I absolutely love how they turned out. I think they're super cute, and yeah, very fiddly with that that vinyl, but again, as I mentioned earlier, just be patient with it when it comes to the weeding process. And they're just lovely little things that you can gift to someone, you could sell them, or you could just make your family some decorations that you can treasure for years to come. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will leave my Cricut playlist in the description box below. I have loads of other Cricut videos for you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed seeing this little project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!